get to it. All right, evening, everybody. So hopefully I'm loud and clear. Everyone can hear me. Welcome to this week's edition of Trade Zone. I'm excited as always because I know that the market's always going to present some nice move for us. Once we make sure that we are patient and our entry points are key, we should be profitable. All right. So the first pair that I had marked, this is something I was looking at during the week as I was practicing my markets was the USD, the Japanese yen, US dollar to Japanese yen. I looked at it on the weekly, and we're having some consolidation with some bearish pressure moving to the downside. So what I'm looking for this pair to do is to continue to sell off the area of support that we have marked here. You know, this price came in with a sharp move. This is probably a news announcement. Something happened for this price to drop so sharply at a retracement, and I think that we're still going down. What we're going to do is we're going to continue to look at the smaller time frame to see if we can get an entry point. And what I like is when we look at the daily, we get these lower highs here being seen, another lower high, lower low, lower high. So yeah, it is now. I'm thinking the same thing is going to continue. We have a nice retracement. We're pushed to the downside. So let's just take a look at the 4-hour chart, see if we can see any key entry points. Yeah, so we have priced deep into this zone. Let's push back up. I still think that the selling pressure is high here. I'm looking for price to bounce off this minor zone here before we continue to move to the downside. So I have USD JPY for the short. I just want to make the zones clear on the weekly. Yeah. So this is what we have here with our weekly zones. The weekly consolidation, push to the downside, move back up, rejection of our resistance here, push back down to the downside, another lower high here. Price to even come back to resistance before it's continuing to sell off. So I'm looking for a sell for USD JPY, at least into this zone here that we have marked out. So this is a nice sell opportunity. We're going to be patient. We're going to look at the small time frame to see if we can get out of it. All right, so anybody have any questions, any disagreement, any agreement, just let me know. But I have the US dollar to the Japanese yen going for the sell.
No, everything looked good to me.
Okay, any agreement? How are you feeling here? We talk to us. Hugh, you there? No. So maybe he may be a bit busy. So we'll just continue on to the next pair. So the other pair I want to look at before I let you guys give some suggestions for some moves is the Euro AUD. There we go. Yeah, this time market I think this is one that we looked at previously during the week, right? Yeah, we looked at this on the midweek trade. Yeah, so price has now hit a major zone of resistance, and now we're seeing the sell-off that we predicted on the daily. What I want to do is on a small time frame because I have the zones marked clearly there. Yeah, so we have some higher highs and a higher low being formed here. This is what I was hoping to see the price to bounce off of this minor zone that I had here and continue to move outside. The pricing has gone a bit deeper. Now it hasn't hit a major area of support. So if we see price start to consolidate here, we could get that up move that we were looking for, but we want to be patient. So we got our minor zone. We had the sell-off that we were looking for. Even it's gone a bit deeper than we would have assumed. But as we know, price tends to do what it wants. It's just about seeing what price does now to price action. So I would not just say, hey, hop on this for the sell now because we have so much selling pressure. Even though this can be a clear indication of these bearish candles here that are coming from this major zone of resistance. So for me, this is something to look out for. We've got huge bearish pressure coming off from our major zone of resistance, and our miners on the where we were expecting a retest from, we just completely sold through it. Let's see. I see someone in the chat. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So that's something that's key that's standing out to me is that listen, we got this huge rejection here. All of these bearish candles got completely disrespected, completely disregarded. So here's what I'm thinking. There are two things that can happen here. And let me outline what it is. We have a possibility of price selling off. You come back here for the retest, right? And push back down into our support. Right? That's one possibility. Or price can be rejected from this minor zone that we have here and then continue to buy that we've been looking for. So this is just something that we're going to have to watch. But I'm thinking what's happening with all this bearish pressure, we could see retest here, price continuing to sell off. So your AUD have a tentative for the sell. It all depends on what it does at the zone. How do you feel about that, Mr. James? I know that we were watching this pair earlier during the week.
Yeah, this is what we was discussing, and it went past the first zone that we thought it would also that it would push back at once if it reach it. But now I had showed you that on my chart.
Yeah, that's what you would say.
So it looked right.
Say again. Go ahead. Yeah, Mr. James, I was listening.
I hear you.
No, I was saying you could. I interrupted. You could finish what you were saying.
Oh, I was saying that I had it on two zones that I was looking at where it would have retraced from one higher up, which it bypassed that, and then I looking at if it had bypassed that, it would go to the second one, which you have mark off there now before it head back up, because that's how I have mine drawn up.
Right. But still, we still have a pattern, nice pattern here being formed. But I'm thinking with all of this bearish pressure off of this zone, it's completely making a nice clear statement. They're making a nice clear statement. So this is what I'm thinking can happen with this. Because our minor zone has already been passed, what can happen is price will have to retrace itself because this is a major push coming from our major zone of resistance. So we could have a nice retracement to this minor zone, and price can continue to sell off. So I'm going to call your AUD for the sell because it's such a strong rejection we have from this major zone of resistance. And I call it a major zone because look, one touch here, two touch here, three touch, four touches. So we've had price turn around at this zone 4 times in recent history over the past few months from November. You know what I mean? So for me, this is saying that, okay, when price gets this area, it usually turns around. And this is what we're having here because our minor zone was not respected. It completely broke through it. And now we're seeing some major sell pressure. But we do not want to enter a trade at the end of the push. This is a strong bearish push. So what I'm looking for is for price to retest our minor and then continue to go down for the sell. So I have your AUD for now in the sell because we got rejected from the major zone. All right, so who has a pair that they want to check out? I see Top Trade. I see that Shireen. I see Top Trade on the call. How you doing? Hey, what's going on? If you don't want to talk, that's all good. Just make sure send me the pair so we can look it over. I live in the chat. And I give you a smiley face. Interesting. All right. Let's look at the Great British Pound to the US dollar. Let me get a little zone here for you guys to see at the very bottom of our monthly support. So we're gonna go through this pair quickly, and I'm gonna let you guys send me the next pair we're gonna be looking at. Let me just get my time out here so you guys can see, because I want a nice zone to be highlighted here. This is our key level of support here. Seeing someone in the chat. Euro USD. Okay, we'll do that after. Okay, so we're looking at the Great British Pound and the US dollar. So the first thing we want to know, right, we're in a downtrend. Rejection of this area of resistance, and prices just continue to sell off. Now here we are at a major area of support. Price came here while it was forming its lower lows, formed even lower low. Didn't get quite deep into the zone before we had a turnaround. Here now we are at a minor zone of resistance where I need to see with all these wicks being pushed down that there is strong selling pressure. So for me, this is telling listen that the bears do have their control here in this area of the market, and we can continue to see things sell off. So here it is now, minor zone rejected, rejected, strong push down. All of these wicks are just they are telling me a big story. So another push from this minor zone, we're going down. See, you have it for a sell, you're US. Okay, we'll look at it. Yeah. So GBP USD, another rejection from the zone. We could potentially see for a short-term trade, we could see it sell off for right here. But what I want to see is how price reacts once it gets here, because we have some buy sensitivity in this area too. See, price touches this zone, we have a buy. It touches the zone again, we have a buy. Here in the past, we have a buy. So here's what I'm thinking. The sell pressure here is strong. We can look for price to sell to this zone. And what I'm thinking is price can even break through and continue to push down. I have it for a sell. There's just so much bearish pressure here, and I'm not one to go against the trend because I'm just seeing so much selling. Even in this minor zone that we have here, there's so much strong rejection of price. And we look at these large bearish engulfing candles. Another bearish engulfing candle. We're just looking at price action, and we're just seeing candlesticks psychology. Listen, the bears are letting you know that they have their presence here, and they think that they have control of the market. So we're just going to watch to see what price does when it hits this zone here that I have highlighted here. I'm going to make sure I send some screenshots and some analysis in the group later. But once we see if price will break through this zone here that I have highlighted, we're going to continue to sell off. So I have GBP USD for the sell. Euro USD. Okay. So I like looking at the daily. So this is what's interesting with this pair here. This is what's interesting. I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame after I do a quick analysis on the daily. So as you can see over the last couple of months, we just had just a lot of sell pressure. Look at the nice pattern that we're having formed here. I have some lower highs here that are being highlighted. Rejection from zones of resistance, pushing down, then we hit our key level of support. Now came back up, went back down, retest, and then made a major push to the upside. So we actually had Euro USD going long, but we knew that after this big bullish push, we would have to have some form of exhaustion. So I want to look at the 4-hour time frame to see what price is really doing. Yeah. So we at our zone of resistance here. One test, two tests with a bullish, with my partner with a bearish engulfing candle here. Yeah, I'm with Shireen and saying that yes, we are going to have a sell off in this pair. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this pair to break out of its consolidation to go low. We have a mod support. I like that. Harmonic pattern. Okay, that's understood. Understood. I'm in agreement with you, Miss Shireen. I am. For me, I'm looking for price to break through this zone here. Once we have a breakthrough, sell off to at least here. I don't want to say a long-term sell because as we look at the daily range, the bulls did make a strong push from the downside with the support. We could still be in the retracement, but right now I see a sell coming, and I'm in agreement with you. Let's see how many pips we can get if we go down. That's a cool 50, 60 pips, 55 pips. That's good. Probably being specific, yeah, 62 pips. That's a good trade to me. So I just want to see how it breaks the consolidation. I have it for a sell as well. It just bounced up the trend line. The trend line higher drawn. Well, it just bounced off my resistance. I don't have a trend line on this one, but I'm seeing what you're saying. I'm seeing what you're saying. So the thing is, right, what's interesting to me about this pair, the Euro USD, yeah, I'm seeing it. So the thing is, interesting to me about this pair, right, is that this is what I was looking for to happen. And this is why I had my raise drawn. I was looking to see, okay, the bulls are taking control of this market. Let's get this out of the way. Hold up to the side. So this is what I was looking to see happen. I say, okay, the bulls are taking control of this market, right? Look at all this strong bullish candle coming from this area here from support. I'm like, okay, your price is going to come back down, retest, and continue to move to the upside. But we now have some consolidation on the daily, and then we see price test our zone of resistance like 1, 2, 3 times. We look on the 4 hour time frame, price is just continuing to test our zone. We have some bearish engulfing candles. So I'm looking to see if this can break and then continue to sell off. So I have Euro USD for sell. We have a couple people saying the same thing. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with this pair. All right, what else we want to look at? So this is the last pair that I'm going to look at personally. I'm going to take a look at gold. I'm going to let you guys tell me what you want to look at. Take a look at gold. Okay. So you see here, we had a major bullish push for gold. Huge move, right? Major area of resistance here. It's not going to be seen here on the 4 hour, but it'll be seen in the larger time frame once they go up. And now we're looking for what we expected, a retracement. Until now, gold is beginning to sell off. But let's see what gold can do in the future. Okay. So this was a zone that I had drawn on the monthly. So this is what I'm looking to happen for gold on the long term, right? Strong move to the upside. I mean, it completely broke a major area of resistance. So I'm thinking gold is going to do. It had its strong upside move. We're going to have a retracement. I don't believe the short is quite done yet. A retracement to at least here, to the bottom of the area of resistance that I have denoted here, and then we can see gold continue to buy off. So what I'm thinking is happening now is that we're just at the end of the push, the bullish push here. Now we're in some exhaustion, which is why you see so much red candles. So I don't think that the sell move for gold is quite done yet. However, patience is key. This is not a good time for me to enter this trade. I want to see if gold continues to retrace a bit, possibly buy right back into this minor zone of resistance and continue to push downwards. So this is what I'm looking for here. Push back up, what we're seeing here. Nice rejection as we continue to sell off. I don't think that this retracement for gold is quite done yet, just because the buy was so strong. So price has to exhaust itself. So that's what I'm looking for gold. All right, so just let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm thinking we're still having some selling pressure for gold. Gold is a little bit erratic, volatile, however you want to say it. So you want to make sure that entry points are key here. Okay, so I don't think the sell is quite done, but we are looking for a long-term bullish move for gold in the future. All right. Okay. So we did Euro USD, we did gold, we did Euro AUD, we did USD JPY. Do you guys have any suggestions for us to look at? Anything else for us to check out? All right. Let's check the chart. NZD USD. Okay. Oh wow. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Okay. See, that's the thing what I like about drawing zones, support and resistance, because like the chart is just marked up for you before you even do your analysis. Okay, so we'll do NZD USD and then USD MXN. All right. So price hit crucial area of support. The price has turned around and moved to the uptrend. We had some consolidation on this pair for a while before we had a break to the downside. So we've established that, listen, we were in a downtrend. Price is such a major support again. It tested twice before it moved to the upside. So we had some zones here that were drawn. Like when I analyzed this pair previously, and price just completely rejected all of it. So price just continued to buy. So I think the bulls have made their statement on this pair. So what I'm looking for is an exhaustion. So this is what I'm looking to see. Possibly a push right back down into this zone of support. It was resistance, it's support now. And we continue to look for a long move on this pair. Continuing to look for a long-term buy move. Let's see how far we go. So I'm gonna have to draw up a couple of more zones on this pair to get a clear projection of where it could go. But I'm looking right here, so I'm looking for the pullback. So this is the thing that I want to note to you guys or express you guys. We never ever want to enter the trade at the end of a push, because that's where money is lost. That's where we make silly trading mistakes. So as you can see, we have this huge bullish movement coming from this pair, right? It rejected our zone. Boom, you're seeing the bullish pressure. Would you enter here and buy? No. You're putting yourself at risk, because every time that you have a major push, you're going to have a major sell-off. You're going to have price have some form of retracement. So we don't want to enter it now, unless you want to enter for the short and see if you can catch some pips on the way back down before it goes up. I still want to check out the 4 hour to see how price is looking at a micro level. Yeah. So with all these higher lows being formed here, the bullish pressure is strong. So let's see if I can just revise this arrow here. Yeah. So I'm looking for a sell-off to leash here. It could go a little bit deep and even sell to here before we continue to push up higher. But I'm looking for the short-term sell, right, which is a retracement before this pair continues to buy off, just because of how much bullish pressure I'm seeing on the larger time frames. Let's check that chart. Let's see what people are saying. All right. So you're seeing a short-term sell. So, Sharon, you want to unmute your mic and explain what you're saying with the harmonic part and the sell is coming? I would like to get some info on that too.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, because I'm using wireless headphones, so I wasn't sure.
Talk a little
If you go on it,
bring the mic up.
oh, because I'm using wireless headphones, so I'm not sure if it will work. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, so go on the daily.
All right, we got the daily.
See that big W. You can see the big W.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, exactly where that. If you, because you know how I trade, you know I look at the line chart. So yes, right there where you're drawing that little box, that there is some, you could see some hesitation right there. I have a resistance right there, so I'm setting it to push up just a little more and come right back down.
Right.
Because after you get these big pushes on the harmonic, so from what I've been reading, a sell usually comes.
Right.
So I expected just a small, a slight sell. Not sure how deep it's going to go, but I know it's not going to go very deep before it continues to go all the way back up again.
Right.
All the way back up to those 3 touches at the top.
Right. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Because there's nothing after it breaks that area where your arrow is. There's no sort of there's no hesitation after that again. Maybe where you have that line above there, but that's not really a big, to me, not really a big one. But so I believe it's going to continue. Even if it hesitates there, I think it's still going to continue to go all the way up there. Yeah.
You expect this to go up here?
Yeah.
Okay. The thing is, right? I like the way you're thinking, and it makes a lot of sense. The only interjection or problem that I may have with saying that it'll buy all the way up to there is just price tends to do what it wants, and then we don't push the will on the market. So we're gonna be watching, and once price breaks this one resistance, can it go higher? Yes, it can. I definitely believe it can.
I don't expect it to go in one push, you know. It's definitely not in one push. I expect it to where you have that line, that black line, and if you want to get in again, there will be an opportunity for another fight. So you have that black line, yeah. Like I expect there would be some selling pressure around there.
For sure.
But if it does break, if it is tested and it goes right through, I expect it to go all the way to the top.
Yeah. So once we break this area of resistance here, we got nothing holding us back.
There's no sort of anything to keep it from going all the way up to that next major level.
Right. So there's no sensitivity. Okay, I understand. Thank you for the input. We appreciate that. We like that. So yeah, everyone is in agreement with that. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts that they want to share. But as of right now, both Shireen and I are saying that we're going to have some retracement. We're going to have a sell-off of this pair coming in the short-term run, then leading up to the long-term buy move. So this is a pair that we're going to keep our eye on, and something I'm going to be looking at throughout the week. So I think the next pair was USD. Thank you, by the way, Sharon. We appreciate that. So next one is USD MXN. My computer load. Thank you. Oh wow. Hold on. You know when you open up the chart and you just see a nice pattern, and you just see a nice yeah, so excuse this chart. This has not been a pair I've looked at recently. I've seen someone saying check the chat. Are you referring to WhatsApp?
No, I'm referring to on this call, bro. I just wanted you to say in the chat where you reference the plus 700 pip moves that we caught in trade zone on both USD MXN and USD ZAR.
So what are your thoughts on this pair right now, Huey?
I believe right now it is in a period of consolidation, and two things can happen because this just retested a minor resistance zone. So this could go back up and retest that support and
Yeah.
do some retracement. But right now, it's just indecisive. Right, you're just having that consolidation right now. It could either go back up and retest, or it could be downside. But I haven't looked at this move on my chart. I just know we got 700 pips, so I had nothing else to worry about.
Well, 700 pips has been collected, and that's great. Now we got to see how we can get
Bro.
more. Because I want
Yeah, bro. We had this here from the very top, plus 700 pips on both of them. So, we eating, most definitely.
For sure. One thing I want to look at though, Hugh, something that's sticking out to me is when we look at the higher time frames, the daily time frame, we have some consolidation, right? Because right now, is this the minor zone of resistance that you were speaking of? Because I sort of want to highlight it. Is this it here?
Right. With the rally down from that major impulsive up move, right, where the support was created. That is where that's where I'm saying that you might have a possible retest there.
Yeah.
Before any kind of minor moves or even major moves. But when you come to the higher time frame, you would notice that if you were to draw a trend line from the bottom, having it as a support, you would see that price is respecting relatively. And I'm telling you that from a trend line that I drew over 3 or 4 months ago.
Right.
So that's what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just gradually, it's looking more like a wedge on the daily or monthly time frame. I actually caught the previous rally down from the short last year on USD MXN, which was about what, over a thousand pips, like 1,500 pips or so. But yeah, USD MXN has treated me quite well.
Yeah. Some big. I'm looking at this time frame like some major moves going on in this pair. Major moves. The only thing I would say is because you guys were starting to pair, this is not a pair that I normally follow, so I can't speak on the 700 pip move or the moves or the 1,000 moves you have gotten say previously. But I'm just looking at the price action from what I'm seeing here now is I have this as a major zone as a minor zone of support here because I'm seeing that sell sensitivity all the way across here. Every time price hit the zone, sell off. You come here, sell off. Except we had this major move to the upside, and this is a major move to the downside that you guys are calling trade zone. This was a 700 pip move, correct? Starting from here all the way down.
No, it's actually from the very top.
It was higher from here.
Your screen is frozen. I can't see your screen.
Oh, you mean from here?
From the very top, right? Just from the very top.
All right. So
I can't see what you're marking up because your screen is frozen at the moment.
Can everybody else see my screen? Because I'm seeing it fine here.
All right. So from around 19.
Would you say, Mr. James, you can see my screen, correct?
No, it's frozen.
It's frozen? Okay, let me stop and reshare. Let me reshare. Let's see what's happening. Oh, how about now? Can you see my mice moving?
It didn't come out yet.
Yeah, is it better now?
Nope, you don't have anything on it. It's still black.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me see what's happening. Maximize it. It's black. All right, I'm gonna try one more time with screen share. All right. It says I have it up. How about now? Everything clear? Can everyone see my screen? No.
Nope.
No. Huey, are you now laptop right now?
Not at the moment, actually.
Okay.
Okay. Give me about 2 minutes and I'll see if I can.
Yeah, because if, I'm gonna try it again. Sorry if I haven't. This usually doesn't happen. I'm gonna stop it again to see if we can try to get everything moving. because there's something I'm seeing on your SDMX, and I want to highlight to you guys before the call ends.
Okay, bro, you can switch to USDZR and go through gold, and it should be good by the time I'm ready.
No, we went through gold on USDs are that's fine, but the issue is in the pair. It's just being able to see my screen. Is it still frozen for everybody? Can anyone?
Oh yeah, the retracement pretty long side move.
Which one? USDs are?
No, that was I think gold.
Yeah.
Is what you were saying. Gold.
Can you see my screen
But
now?
the thing is, I always we're not seeing the screen yet. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we can see
you know.
the screen. Perfect.
You can see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, okay, so now you guys can see my screen. So you see the minor zone I drew here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Huey, so what were you saying about this pair? Because I know Huey follows this, but I want to see what he has to say about it. Minor zone here, I want to make sure I had drawn it correctly. You can go ahead,
So
Huey.
what I was telling you is that right where you see there was that little flag there for that exhaustion down,
Mm-hmm.
right at the downside. I actually had this short for right there that I called in last week or the week before trade zone. And this I am saying that it could potentially go up and touch that support, right? That support area
Yeah.
from the major rally down, right? And then continue downwards. It's going to do some kind of retracement or something, but I believe this is just a bearish flag, like all around on the higher time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just give me 1 second. Just getting the computer sorted.
Yeah. We only have a few minutes left, though, Huey, or 4 minutes. Yeah. So for this pay on USD MXN, I have the short two. I'm seeing a lower high here, but what I'm looking at right here, this is a nice bearish engulfing candle. Like for me, this is significant. This is a huge move to the downside on the QE, and we both agree that it's going to sell. So I have USD MXN. Here, rejection by resistance. The lower high being formed here, a low being formed here, now a lower high with a bearish engulfing. To me, it's the same sell all of it. All right, let's close this off until Huey arrives. Cool. That's a nice self item. Yeah, it's serious. Mm-hmm.
All right, whenever you're ready for me, brother.
All right, bro. Stop share. It's all yours.
Pardon?
I say stop the share. The screen is all yours, bro. Go ahead.
Alrighty. So USD MXN. So this is the zone that we were looking at, right? A major swing. The reason was because we had this major push up from all the way inside here. And I was saying that this was going to just be a retest because this came out of nowhere, right? There was no retest of this zone. There was nothing. Just came out of nowhere. So I was like, okay, that's a retest. It came out here and consolidated, and I knew for a fact that this was going to drop down heavily because it just simply retested the zone, as you can see here. And once it retested the zone, We just got this major move. Just boom. That's exactly what happened. So when it came down, right, and just literally sat underneath this zone right here that I have, when it sat underneath that zone, all that happened was that I expected a short down into here. This was meant to be my take profit. That's exactly what happened, right? Let's see. Okay, we're good to go. Let's come on to the weekly. This is what I was showing you guys. This is exactly what I was trying to show you. Okay, so the short that I'm telling you guys about would have been this short. The short from up inside here into here. I can't remember exactly how many pips this was. Yeah, nice decent 1700. It's something, 1700 pips or so. But this was been short that you guys would have caught, you know, if you guys listen. And I know some of you caught it because, you know, see what you've been posting in the chat. But as far as where this will continue to go, that's coming down to your daily. And what I believe is that this is just a retest of this zone, right? So that's exactly what happened here, which is why tail profit was around here. So this is actually from the major swing. So the first area for any kind of move